Hello and welcome. I am the Suit&Tie Dip&ChewGuy, and this is the number 43 Chew Review. So, as you just saw, we will be taking a look at Tequila Sunrise, which is a Stoker's product, obviously, and it is in a 1 pound bag. Reason being that I bought a 1 pound bag of this is that's the only way it comes. It only comes in 1 pound bags. So, this is an interesting product to me, mostly because I know very little about it. In fact, I can't think of another product that I have been so aware of for so long and yet know so little about. There are 3 descriptive words or terms that are used on the packaging and on the website to describe this. On the website, their write-up for this product is very vague. I don't know if that's done on purpose or they just didn't really think before they wrote it, but it's vague. So on the package is tequila. I'm going to be honest, I stopped drinking about 6 years ago, but I haven't probably had tequila in upwards of 20. So I'm not even quite sure what I'm going to grasp as far as any tequila flavoring goes. On the website, they have 2 descriptive terms. One is citrus, which is obvious, and the other is southwest flavor, which is not so clear. So we have tequila on the bag and the website saying citrus and a taste of the Southwest or something to that effect. What you get is me knowing about this product for I don't know how long now, never having tried it until now, and not really knowing what it's about. So I'm very interested, and that is why out of the chews that I have just gotten shipped in, this is going first. Have some reservations, but hopefully, it's a Stoker's product. I'd hate to come across one that I actually didn't like. That hasn't happened yet, but I guess technically it could. I have never also, the other part about this is I've never gone looking really per se, but besides some pictures on the internet that are sort of like stock photos, I have never casually run into anybody that has ever had this product. So there's nobody even to really ask. Anyway, let's get on with it, I suppose. What you have is a Stoker's 1 pound bag. It's a net weight 16 ounce. It's a big guy. The bag is sealed at the top. Now, there is a Ziploc on these pound bags. The Ziploc is usually not engaged. That is not a big deal. Whereas you want a Ziploc engaged on, let's say, a bag of Red Man, because after the Ziploc, all you have is a bunch of glue dots. This bag, these pound bags, and also their 8 ounce bags, are actually sealed bags. That is, what do I mean by that? This top here is sealed in the same way that the sides of the bag are sealed and the bottom of the bag is sealed. All right? So the Ziplocs are usually not engaged, and it doesn't really matter. It's a sealed bag. There's no glue dots up here. This up here is just like the side seams. All right? So you have everything pretty straightforward on the front of the bag. Warning label on down bottom, also in black. All right. On the back, you have the little Stoker's story deal that's on all of these bags. It's the same little write-up for every bag. If you would like to see that, hit pause now. And then you have the warning down the bottom. On the literal bottom of the bag, you have the barcode that underage sale is prohibited. You have the website and phone number. The website they're saying on this is the older one still. It's stokerstobacco.com. I believe you can just type in stokers.com now, but they both end up at the same place. Leaf content, no, it's not the greatest. It is at least 3% domestic and no less than 97% foreign. As far as Stoker's chews go, that is not noteworthy. They're all sort of like that. Some of them are better than others, but they usually have high foreign content as far as the leaf goes. So this is not really surprising to me. Note that they are also significantly cheaper than other chews that have higher domestic content. So also down there, you do have the fact, actually it's over here, sorry, that this is distributed by National Tobacco of Louisville, Kentucky. They always make sure to say distributed. So I'm guessing that maybe the entity that's actually making it is still Stoker's. So what I do with these bags, because this one I'm obviously going to want to save just in case it's the only one I ever have, I'm going to use scissors. Now you have cut between these two lines right here, go below them. You cut right there in between those two gold lines, and 9 times out of 10, you're going to still have a sealed product. So I go below, but keeping in mind where the Ziploc is, which is right here, I go below, and we're just going to make a nice, clean cut. And there we go. So, here we go. Okay, that's very interesting, although I'm not overly surprised that that's very interesting because that's sort of what I was expecting. There's citrus something, and maybe what is the flavoring of tequila. Personally, when I was drinking, I was not a fan of tequila at all, taste-wise. Maybe it was because of my age at the time, but the smell off this is very interesting, though. There's something citrus about it, but I can tell that there's some sort of like alcohol flavoring aspect. So inside the bag, it's pretty darn moist, but it's not the moistest, or most moist, sorry, Stoker's product I have ever seen, but it is glistening, let me put it that way. There is a lot of it, obviously, from the time that it is packaged to the time it arrives to a person like me, there is some settling, but I'd say it's up at least 3/4 of the way in the bag. So I'm going to pull some out, and then I will have to hit the pause button. Yeah, it's really moist. It's not, as I said, it's not the moistest Stoker's product I've ever seen, but that doesn't mean it's dry at all. So that's what it's looking like. There are a lot of translucent bits I can see. The leaf is soaked pretty darn good. And we got some long, all right. And I am back. Very, very different. Not going to say that this is my new go-to chew. It is not. It is very tolerable, but I would not use this flavor profile and say it was my favorite by any means. That said, extremely unique. In fact, as far as chew and loose leaf goes, or any chew, now that I think about it, any chew, the flavor profile of this is probably the most unique of anything I've ever tried. And I've tried quite a few now, obviously, because this is the 43rd, number 43. So skipping 13. This is the 42nd chew I've tried on this channel. Let me put it, it's going to be hard to explain. First, what it isn't. I was expecting, going on the word citrus that was dropped on the website, of something very citrus and very crisp, sharp. It is not. It's almost sort of warmish. There is a citrus aspect there. It is secondary to what I am guessing is a tequila flavoring, or what is translating into a tequila flavoring in this product, in tobacco, loose leaf tobacco. It does not taste like a bottle of tequila, because this would have already been out of my mouth if it did. But all that said, it's a very warm, sort of in the way that their apple chew isn't a tart green apple like some dips are. It's sort of a warm apple pie. This sort of has a warm aspect to it too. It's definitely not sharp at all. The citrus is there, but it's in the background, playing secondary to what I'm guessing is a tequila flavor. I was drinking some soda before this review. Shouldn't have done that. It's very, very different. Really, at the end of the day, the best thing, or the only thing to come away from this video knowing, is this is very, very different. I will use this bag. I will use all of it. It may stick around a little bit longer than, let's say, the apple or peach, but I will use it. But I can't say that this is my favorite Stoker's chew by any means. It's so different. It's not bad though. It's just not something I want to revisit on a daily basis. Let me put it that way. If you like tequila, and that's your thing, then yeah, you definitely want to give this a try, because I believe this will be the only smokeless game in town when it comes to that. I'd be interested to know where this sells. Maybe it does sell in the Southwest. Maybe that's why they said it. Because it's been around. I mean, it's been part of their catalog for as long as they've been online, to the best of my knowledge. I mean, it's not something new. So somebody must be buying it. I just don't quite know who. But I'd be interested to know. If you have tried this, do leave me a comment, because I want to hear. Now, the product is very moist. It is a very comfortable pack. Although it is a much cheaper product, there is no stem. There may be secondary stems. Some of those long strands coming down might have been secondary or third tier stems. Nothing pokey whatsoever at all. Juice is up good. The product is very moist in the bag, as I said. I had rinsed my hands off. Should have showed you them at the time, actually, now that I think about it. You're going to have chew nicotine levels. That is very low. I'm going to throw this out one more time. I may have done it before, I may not have. I can't quite remember. If you want to get more nicotine out of your chew, swish some water and baking soda around in your mouth for 30 seconds to a minute, and then throw the chew in after you spit it out. All right? It will change the pH balance of your mouth and make it so that your mouth is more readily able to absorb the nicotine in the chew product. So, you got chew levels, very moist product, comfortable pack, no stems, very comfortable in the mouth. Spits near black at first. I wasn't really looking when I was spitting right now, but spits well. Pretty dark still. The flavor is very, very different. I'm guessing that they have nailed tequila here. I don't know. I can't quite remember. Tell you the truth, tequila was one of those things that I put back as quickly as possible and usually all at one time. Not the best idea when you have a full fifth, but my reasoning was that if I put it all back in one deal, or as much as I'm going to take, then I'll only have to taste it once. Yes, I once fell out of a tree going on that working theory. And no, I'm not kidding, unfortunately. It was a pine tree. Luckily, there was about a foot of snow on the ground, so when I hit back first, I was cushioned. Anyway, moving on. Stoker's Tequila Sunrise. Possibly the most unique chew product I have ever tasted. It may very well be the most unique smokeless product I have ever come across, flavor-wise. Besides the flavor, outside the flavor, a good chew. A good rounded chew, very moist, packs well. Nicotine's low as all chew, but it's a good product. The flavor is just very, very different. All right? I am the Suit&Tie Dip&Chew Guy. I'd like to say hello and thank you to my only notification, YOI, that's YOI 231. And hello, and I am guessing thank you to Stop Traffic in My Rasta Hat. I do hope everyone is well. Do check out Berg's Dip Reviews. Dirty Pat Walsh, Wayside Lee 83, Snuff Strings, Real Talk Studios, and snoozefreak.com, the channel here on YouTube. I will be back in 2 days with something. I do hope you all well. Do take care of yourselves, and God bless.